guys, welcome to another video of Living with Ulcerative Colitis. I'm Maya, and today's video we're going to talk about skin problems that can be caused or influenced by having UC. I saw a frequently asked question, and it was, does UC cause symptoms outside of the colon? And it does. It's an autoimmune disorder, so it can affect a large part of the body. For me, I have another issue outside of having UC, a skin problem. And I don't remember the exact name of mine, but there are two very common skin disorders that are caused by UC. And one of them is something called, and this is going to come out very wrong, erythema, and it means painful raised red bumps. And the other one is something called pyoderma gangrenosum, and these are ulcerations in the skin. My skin problem doesn't present as either of these things. Mine was diagnosed by my dermatologist, and it's been around so long that I don't remember what it is called exactly, but for me, I just have these little raised bumps. They show up on my skin as dark brown or a little grayish, but that's because of my complexion. I don't know what color they would be if my complexion was lighter though. But they don't look like the painful raised bumps, the erythema. So, but I've noticed that my bumps come sometimes whenever they want to, but they also come around when the weather starts changing. So going in from summer to fall, or fall to winter, or winter to spring, the bumps appear. Especially from spring to summer. They appear in the result of cold weather and hot weather, but during the summer I notice that more of them appear when I get hot. And I think that is because of the heat drying out my skin, and because for my bumps, when it gets really hot outside, my skin gets really dried out, and it further aggravates the weather changes. And so we're in spring, but we were coming from winter and going into spring, so the bumps I have now are from winter, and I have gotten them to calm somewhat, and I'm going to show you guys how I did that. So I've had this problem since 2019. This was not something that came with my initial diagnosis. It didn't appear until further down into the year, 2018 fall and then into 2019. They first appeared because I went to a very humid part of the state I live in, and they all just appeared at once on my thighs and my legs, but it didn't appear anywhere else, and I didn't know what they were, and so I would just put more lotion on to see if it would fix it, and it seemed to be working, so I didn't realize that it was an impact of my UC. But now, because of my doctor and my dermatologist, I have figured out different ways to treat it, different ways to lessen the severity of the bumps, because they keep coming regardless. The first one is special soaps. Sorry. This is the Pure Castile soap by Dr. Bronner's. This and black soap are pretty much the only soap I can use on my skin, and that is because when I use soaps that are scented or have extra additives, it makes my skin itch because it makes the bumps dry out, and so I can't wash in it because it's counterproductive. And so I learned that this helps, and this is because most of their products all natural, black soap all natural, and doesn't have any added scents and stuff like that, so there's very little amount of chemicals in it. And so after I wash, I needed something that worked so I could put it on. I was prescribed an ointment from my dermatologist for my bumps, specialized to me, and it works. The problem is the amount they give is this big, and my bumps can go from my arms to my legs to my abdomen to my back. Like, there's a lot of it, a lot of the bumps, and then there's the little ointment. And so because it has a 28-day supply, I can't use it all on one area because then the rest of my body is still affected. So I had to find something else to add to it. And that was Vaseline. When my dermatologist prescribed the ointment, she remarked that it had a similar consistency of Vaseline. She said one way that I could treat the bumps is just basically putting it all over my entire body. And she said it works really good for small children because they don't realize they're sticking to everything, but adults hate it. But I mean, the cost of having itching bumps or feeling better, I chose Vaseline. But a little trick, if you need to buy Vaseline for a skin problem that you have, I suggest going to the baby section of the supermarket, and they usually have a gigantic Vaseline, and it's called Healing Jelly, and it's the same thing except this one is bigger. It costs $1 more, but this one is bigger. So it's worth it to me to have less trips to the store. Another thing that I use is shea butter. If I don't have any Vaseline, I use the shea butter. And this is because in the very beginning, when the bumps first presented on my thighs, I didn't know what to use, and I ended up using the shea butter. And I used it for that entire semester because I was at college, and before I even got the medicine from the dermatology, this had helped clear it up. So it's really hydrating for my skin, and it doesn't dry me out. So this is what I used. You might notice that none of these are really scented, and that is because, again, the scent makes me break out. But if you aren't a person that has that problem, you can just use any lotion and just make sure it is as natural as possible, and it might work for you. But back to washing. I didn't know this years ago, but I recently have learned that another thing that helps is washing with these kind of loofah, it's like a loofah material. It's kind of like, I don't know how to describe. It has the ability to kind of remove dry skin with ease instead of that of a towel. I don't have to use as much pressure when I'm trying to remove the dry skin on the bumps. I can just use it like once, twice, 3 times, and it's gone. But with a regular towel, I would have to like push and push and push, and then it would move. But with this, it's faster. It also goes on my hand completely. So that's helpful. Just goes on a hand. They had different colors. White isn't your preference, but it works, and it's free hands, and I can hold the soap with my other one or hold the soap in this hand, and it allows me to keep a secure grip. And so this is my newest help with my skin problem, but I hope this was helpful. I know that there are different problems that can be presented with UC. These are just the ones I have. I have UC and I have the skin problem. And so these are the ones that I decided to talk about because it is my personal experience. But I hope this video was helpful. Please like, share, subscribe, and press the bell for notifications. Bye, guys!